Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of the ongoing campaign series between John the Cron and myself, where the forces of chaos, the Black Templars, are facing off in this epic struggle and war of faith. That's right. So this series is brought to you thanks to all the channel Patreons and the YouTube members, so make sure you check the links down below and support us if you like this content.
Dark King.
After the defense of Hearthlack, the Space Marines launch an assault on Stormval to try and root the Chaos forces from the mines. Hello and welcome to Game 2 of Phase 2, or Episode 5 of our ongoing campaign for the War of Faith in Vigilus Alone. The Chaos forces will be taking on the Black Templars, and we are back in Stormval, which the tectonic shifts will crackle as both forces fight for superiority in this game. Okay, John, we've got our game happening. This is, of course, episode 5 of our campaign, which is going to be exciting. I've decided to come back to Stormval to try and do something about this, because you're building idols and desecrating the Imperial lands.
Trying to dislodge my faith? We'll see about that.
I can imagine. Okay, let's dive into the mission. Whipped into a fervent rage by their demagogues, one faction, the Black Templars, unleashes a zealous onslaught against the other, seeking to expunge the hated worshippers of rival gods. We're playing mission 1 of the incursion size. This is the last incursion size mission we're going to play for the campaign. Fanatical Rampage. John is defending, and he's defending his idols. He's desecrated 3 Imperial idols to be his idols, and he has 2 Tzeench idols. I have to try and tear them down, and John has to try and prevent them from getting torn down. It's that simple. Okay, so let's take a look at the armies. For this mission, the Black Templars have sent a holy strike force led by Chaplain Iago, who's going to try and atone for his sins and those of his brothers, as well as Brother Leonard, the Pious, who bravely stood against all odds the last game that he played. The Blades of Dawn accompany them into battle, making sure the will of the Marshal is done, as well as Sigismund's Light, because they have scouted out the enemy positions. The Light of the Emperor, the disgraced Crusader Squad, and Holy Zeal, the other Crusader Squad as well. Of course, Retribution, bringing their heavy guns to bear to assist in cleansing this land of chaos.
All right, we have the prophesied sons led by Ogma, the sorcerer, Tim, the pyromancer, and Chromazar, the Infernal Master. We have the Dream Marines leading the Rubricae, who are the Lessers. And we have added Armora. We are bringing the Little Lambs. They may have been led to the slaughter today. And we have the Whirling Blur and the Whirling Mirage shepherding them on their way.
No sign of any demons. That could be a portent of things yet to come. Agenda-wise, the Black Templars have decided to lead by example. The Paragon will have to be in the enemy deployment zone as much as they can in order to gain their lead from example points. And also, no fear. Passing morale checks and bravery tests will be good for the Templars as they set the example and show the chaos that they are not afraid. The Thousand Sons, however, are trying to ransack the shrines, which I have to place 2 objectives down, and Malefic Ritual. So within the center of the battlefield, unholy rituals will be performed to attempt to further the machinations of Tzeench. And here we are after deployment. The Thousand Sons Flamer Rubric Squad, the Archers, the Little Lambs, Ogma. Well, Tim's actually back here as well. Look at him. He's just hanging out. Then we have the Rainbow Marines, the newly acquired Rubrics with their rotary cannon, Chromazar, and then, of course, the Mirage as well. And the Black Templars have decided to basically get aggressive up on the line. We've got the Infiltrators staying back. We've got Chaplain Iago and Leonard the Pious, as well as the Blade Guard veterans and both Crusader squads heavy on the flank, ready to push up onto the enemy lines. And now, who gets the role to go first? I'm actually using some Black Templar dice this time, because why not? I had them and I hadn't opened the packet yet. So I said, I'm going to open the packet. Okay, let's go. Black Templar dice, go! Yes! Oh. Excellent. Black Templars turn number 1, because we don't have a choice. That's how we play here. I'm going to pick Chaplain Iago to be my paragon for this game. I did spend one of my 6 command points to put the Hellblasters into strategic reserve, ready to come on and nuke something. At least that's the plan. So with that, let's dive into the first turn. Gonna go ahead and pray with Chaplain Iago. He's gonna go the Litany of Divine Protection with his Ancient Breviary. He gets it off. He gets to roll 2 dice, pick the highest. And he will give this Crusader squad a 5-up ignore damage roll. Into the movement phase. Let's dive forward. Let's see where the Black Templars end up. On a 5+, there is an earthquake on Stormbolt. Oh, there's an earthquake! Uh-oh. So we've adapted it a little bit because we're playing Incursion, and the measurements don't make sense for the last one we used. So now we've turned it into a D3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we're each going to roll a dice, and then we're going to interconnect the lines, and that's going to affect the units that it would have gone over. Okay, so I roll for this one here. So it is 2, and you rolled a 3. So it would go from this line down this way. So it would have only affected them, as well as this unit here. And they were back here.
Oh.
Yeah, so they wouldn't have been affected when it would have happened. So they take D3 mortal wounds, 2, and 5-ups to ignore. So they take 1 wound, but their movement is halved, so they go slower now. Saying then over here, they will also take effects from the tectonic shifts. They take 2 mortal wounds, 1 goes down, and they are now movement penalty as well, as fissures and steam erupts from the ground because of all the tectonic activity in Stormbolt. Nice, I love that we actually got to see it do something this time. On the right flank, or the left flank, the Blade Guard veterans are sneaking up, trying to get closer to that idol, while the Infiltrators have moved up to get their bolters in range of the Rubric Marines. In the middle of the battlefield, the 1 Crusader squad ran at 2 inches up, and then both the Emperor's Champion and Chaplain Iago have run up beside them, while the disgraced Crusader squad just moved up, ready to try and make a charge into those rubrics next to that idol. I don't have a psychic phase, so I'm just going to go into the shooting phase, filthy witches. I'm going to go ahead and do 5 bolter shots. That means 2 of them will not be able to see because of the crates, but I do have 3 bolter shots that can shoot at this Rubric Marine squad, hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s. 1 2-up save because they're so fancy. Look at that, completely fine. These Black Templars are just going to shoot everything into this squad of Rubric Marines. So the Flamer and the Bolt Pistols got 6 saves into that squad. They just have 2-ups because nothing crazy is happening, and completely okay. The Crusader squad is going to charge your Rubric Marines. Would you like to overwatch?
I would.
Okay. Got a couple of Flamers in that squad, and then some bolter shots and stuff as well, which is really neat too. So we'll see how much damage they do to the Marines. We have 5 -2 and 1 -3. So we're going to start with the -3 on a Neophyte on a 6+. Nope, he goes down. And, no, he takes 1 wound, and then he dies. Then another Neophyte on 5s, thanks to Armor Contempt. And another Neophyte goes down, and the 3rd Neophyte takes a wound. So 2 Neophytes go down, 1 takes a wound. Now, do they make it into combat Oh, yes, they do. With a 10-inch charge, they lurch over the power generators because they're 3 inches tall, so they got to move 7 up, and they get to engage into the Thousand Suns. And then we get to pile in, so 3 inches, they're all just gonna move around and get into combat. And now I get to swing at you. Now, of course, because of their disgrace, they can't benefit from any stratagems. However, because they're battle honor, they hit you on 2s. So here's just the chain swords. And of course, 6s automatically wound thanks to my vow. I won't forget that this time. Wounding on 4s because they're fancy. Excellent, excellent. So that's 11 so far. And then we've got 3 from the flamer. Okay, and 4s to wound. So that's 13 so far. I should start with the Power Fist, however. He gets he has weapon skill 2, so he hits twice and wounds on 2s. So 1 wound, very nice. Don't fall down off your post, Black Templar Space Marine. And then the veteran. So he, very nice. Oh, very nice. So 3 at AP3, which will be really useful. So this one is a 5-up, which will with 2 damage. So a fail will kill 1. No, 1 will go down. These are 1 damage AP3, so that'll be a 4-up. From the sergeant, okay, he does put 1 wound on one of the sorcery marines, and then we have 13 2-up saves with the holy chain swords coming down on the heretic. Last time John rolled a bunch of dice like this, he didn't fail a single one. So I'm not expecting much. However, if I kill 1, I'll be happy. Kill them, brothers. Ooh. Well, that'll kill 1.
And then 2.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nicely done. And with that, they will pile forward and surround the enemy. And here we go.
All right.
They're going to fight back. We got a mini Tim, as we like to call them.
Go
little
mini
sorcerer.
Tim. Hitting on 3s.
Ooh, very nice. 3s to wound. Ooh, 2 at AP1. So, little neophyte is wounded, has to take the first 4 up. He will go down. And then I will put it on the other neophyte. Sure, why not? 4 up. He is okay.
But not mini Tim.
Ooh, he hits twice and does not wound. Okay, so I do lose the 1 neophyte. And that is that for that combat. You are fearless, being that you are just, dust. I did lose 3 of my faithful Marines. However, thanks to Chaplain Iago, I am leadership 9, and they will hold, giving me a point on their no fear tally. For every point I get on my no fear tally, that'll be 2 experience points for the Marines as they force their way through the Thousand Suns lines. But with that, it is time to see what the Thousands have in store for the Black Templars, as it is their turn number 1. Start of the turn, Ogma is John's paragon as he feels the force of Tzeench sweep through him. The Infernal Pacts, trying to pray, goes off. Malefic Maelstrom. Super Bolters are now activated. Ouchies. And as we move into the movement phase for the Thousand Suns, they are not sitting idly by. Get it? Haha. Okay, we're back. John, you're done moving. The Mirage has moved up, as well as the Infernal Master. The Dream Marines getting ever so close to the bulk of the Space Marine forces, while the Little Lambs are moving quickly to the middle of the table, to the sacrificial pit, while Ogma is sitting back here, goading them on. And these guys are pointing the right way, because they want to shoot that way. And then we have Tim and the Flamers, who did advance to try and light up the Blade Guard veterans. All in all, seems like the aggression of the Black Templars is being met in kind by aggression from the Thousand Suns. I have also removed 1 big crate, so we can actually see what's going on.
Okay.
We were just discussing how awesome it is that Magnus did everything wrong.
No.
Yes, he totally did.
No, he was the
No,
goodest,
he was not.
the goodest
Magnus did everything wrong. The goodest boy is Russ. And the goodest boy is Dorn. The hand of the Emperor. Come on. Come on. The hand that wipes the butt. Because that is the most trusty hand.
I wouldn't trust it.
Okay, shooting phase.
Okay.
So Ogma cast Weaver of Fates on the Dream Marines, and then he tried to cast Glamour with a CP reroll. Rolled a 4, forcing John to use Cabal points to get +1 to the cast, so it goes off on a 6 with the +2 basically for being Tzeench. But the pious Empress Champion with his Warlord trait to attempt to deny, and he gets +1 to deny rolls. So he's going to try. He has to equal a 6 to stop the evil. He does.
Oh
no. No -1 to hit. Oh, you fight me. You do not create mirages. You fight me hand to hand like it was meant to be. Okay, the Dream Marines are going to cast their Presage for a +1 to hit.
And they'll get it.
That's a 7.
That's a 7.
Okay, I will spend one of my command points to try and abhor the witch. So I will go down to 5 command points. This is a good one to stop, because I do not want those Dream Marines hitting on 2s. Okay, abhor the witch. No, and I can't re-roll it. So you do get your Presage off. Baleful Devolution goes off on an 11. Wow. Okay, 11 rolls on 6s. Each 6 does D3 mortal wounds to the 4 unit that's in combat. Let's see what John rolls. First time using this power. Gets D3 mortal wounds. So 3 mortal wounds go through. I'll put it on Neophytes first and then move it on to the Flamer, essentially. The Neophyte does go down. And then John will spend 4 Cabal points to get an additional D3 mortal wounds for 2 more. And I'll put it on the Flamer. And the Flamer takes a single wound. We're going to cast a Smite with the Dream Marines. This is the first Smite.
Yes.
Goes off on a 9. And I will attempt to deny with my Purity Seals.
I am going to...
You're going to use your Divine the Future
I
to
have
replace... Okay, so to replace the 2 for a 4, which will make it an 11. That is going to be a Super Smite. However, I will try and deny it. I need to roll a 12 with my Purity Seals. No, they do not stop it. Okay, D6 into the squad that is engaged in combat. That is the Disgrace squad. 3 mortals. 5 ups. And I take 2 mortal wounds. So 1 will go down and another takes a wound. Ploppity plop. So that was just the psychic phase. So I've lost 3 models in the psychic phase. But you buffed up some really cool stuff. Got yourself into position. Now into the shooting phase. The Rainbow Marines will be shooting at the large squad of Crusaders. I will be spending 2 command points to transhuman physiology them. Through all that, 8 at -2 and 3 at -3. So we're going to go ahead and do the -3 that goes to -2 behind these guys over here. So he has a 2-up save thanks to the obstacle. We'll go to a 4+. So let's start with him. 4s, he's okay. And he takes 1, 5 up, ignore damage. He's okay. And then 3s for the rest of the bolters. Okay, so he will fail a few. And of course the rest will go on him because he's also getting the same benefit. 5 ups, ignoring damage. And he is the only one that goes down. Boop! Thanks to the litany of divine protection. Then we move on to this side over here, and the Flamers can all see the Blade Guard veterans. But they are also tucked behind those crates. I got lucky that they didn't get Pyrrhic Flex off. And we're still joking about the Magnus thing. Okay, and here we go. 8 saves. They have a 1-up save thanks to the light cover here. I can't wait for the day where Flamers ignore cover again. You know what I mean? Like, that just made so much sense back in the day. 3 ups. I take 4 damage. And 1 will go down. And 1 will take a wound. The little Flamer pistol killed the last wounded Marine there. Does make that charge a little harder if you want to try getting them, which is good.
The Blur
The Blur
are going to go into...
the Big Crusader squad.
Big Crusader.
Oh, they're going to try and bog me down. I see what this is. They need to roll a 6 to get into combat. Do they make it? Ooh, that's a 3. Not with that roll, they won't. I think Magnus has just ordered a reroll.
You shall not disturb my ritual.
Oh, they just make it in with a 7. Nicely done. And here they go. Very, very nice. Any other charges?
No.
Okay. The Emperor's Champion will heroically intervene. Bloop. Arg. Nice. He can't get within an inch there, but he can get himself just a little bit closer. So if you move any closer, he gets to be in combat. Well, they just decided to get in close because they wanted to get as many attacks as possible into that big squad. Okay, fair enough. So you're going to spend 2 points to reroll all hit rolls with them. And you get 4 of them that can swing at the Crusaders. I will spend 2 command points to transhuman myself. And here we go. Lots of attacks. They do auto wound like I do. Interesting. So transhuman might not come in handy. 1 auto wound.
Ooh, but I reroll all that?
Oh, okay. As in, you don't want to reroll the hits.
No.
Okay. He does get a couple more auto wounds. Very nice. And a couple more hits. Wounding on 4s. Okay. Transhuman did nothing. So there's 5 saves. So they're AP -1 and 2 damage each. I'm going to go ahead and put some on my Flamer first. So 3 up save on the Flamer. He takes 2. Does he care? He does go down. Oh no, 4 more remain. And I will put them on... I have to put them on... you know what, we'll put them on Marines. So 2 Marines at a time here. 1 goes through. Does he care? He does go down. So far, 2 of these Marines have gone down. I have 2 more saves to make. I'll have to put them on Neophytes. On 4 pluses. Nope. First Neophyte soaks up the second one. Okay, so 1 Neophyte goes down. Ouch. The displays need to reroll hits, though. Okay, very nice. And they don't auto wound.
No.
And they also need 4s, or less than that, or more than that.
4.
Cool.
1 it. No
4
EP.
up. Cool, and a 5 up. He's okay. Okay, that's it for that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead with my attacks back. I will attack with the Crusader squad that's in combat with these rubrics. We'll start with the Power Fist, hitting on 3s. Ooh, 1 auto wound. Aha, very nice. 2 5-up saves that do 2 damage each. Will they bring that squad low? Oh no. Man, your invols are just fire. I love it. 2 chain swords hitting on 2s. 1 auto wound and wounding on 4s. Ooh, very nice. That'd be 5 2-ups. Okay, will they cut through your armor here? No. And then the sword brother that missed twice because he's a little rattled. 1 4-up save to try. Yes, at least I did 1 wound. Okay, I'm okay with that. Technically, it would be my Emperor's Champion, and then they would go, and then they would go. So my Emperor's Champion is going to swing first into them. 6 attacks for the Emperor's Champion, hitting on 2s. 1 auto wound. And he's strength 7 or something like that. So
3.
Cool. T4.
Yep.
So that'd be 4 invulnerable saves at 2 damage each.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's 4 of them that go down. Ploppity ploppity plop. Bap, bap, bap. Hack them down, Emperor's Champion. Okay, so now they would go, and now your rubrics would get to swing as well.
Yes. Ooh. Go, Mini Tim.
Ooh, he hit all the time. Very nice. Mini Tim. Mini Tim. 3 ups on chainsword guys. 1 goes through. How much damage does it do?
D3.
2. It will take a chainsword with him. Plop. 2 hits from not Tim. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound. Armor save. He's okay. Okay, and now we'll do this one. So they will pile in. Blarg. But considering you've literally killed half my army in that combat phase and shooting phase alone. Oof, okay, I hope I do some damage here. Power Fist, they also hit on 2s. So hitting on 3s, 2. And on 2s. So 2 invulnerable saves. Will he pass these as well, folks? He does pass 1. 3 chain swords. Hitting on 2s because they are blade artists, basically, which is really cool. And on 4s. That will be 4 saves, 4 invulnerable saves for the Aviarch. And he does go down. We got him. Good job, lads. And then we'll pile forward. Let's go forward for the Emperor. Murder the enemy. Morales. I take a morale here and pass. They lost 3 models this turn. So they are leadership 9, so they cannot fail. So they will automatically pass. And then they lost 5 of their number, and their leadership 9, so they could. No, they pass as well. No fear, Space Marines. Charge forward. Well, that is the end of battle round number 1. I really was hoping to free them up so I could just burn down that idol. Sadly, that might not be something that's possible right now. They might be able to do it, depending on how far that move is, but we'll see. However, as we move on to the next turn, let's see what the Black Templars can do as their forces are dwindling against the odds. My chaplain is going to... I don't really want to use the 2 CP right now because I need it for some transhuman physiologies. So I'm going to go ahead and use his Ancient Bravery to give a 5 up. It does not go off. No Litany of Divine Protection this time, as he just wants to go murder stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if Stormvol... There's no tectonic activity this turn. The Infiltrators are going to move. Desecration of Worlds. They do take a mortal wound. Is it on 6s or
I believe it's on a 6.
Oh, okay, cool. So 2 mortal wounds, and I take 2. So 1 dies, and 1 takes a wound. Excellent. Okay, well, blop, blop. Good job. That's a morale test for you. The Emperor's Champion and the remainder of the Crusader squad are ready to engage the Rainbow Marines with Chaplain Iago shouting encouragement from behind the lines. The Blade Guard veterans and they have moved up as well. And now, time to bring in the Hellblasters. The Hellblasters are coming on this side here as they step into the battle, ready to engage the Flamers. The Chaplain's Absolver Pistol into the Terminators. Hits. Does wound. His is 2 damage. So you will only get your... 2 damage. Good job. The Chaplain is out for blood, folks. Love it. So a frag grenade and 4 pistols. The frag grenade is going to go ahead and do 4 shots. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s, nothing. And then 4 pistol shots, 3 hits. And 2 saves with no AP, of course, because they're just, well, AP 1 or no AP is the same, and you do not care. Emperor's Champion is going to lob a frag grenade as well. 1 shot. That misses. Excellent. The Incursors are going to shoot into the Little Lambs. Actually, no. Let's shoot the plasma first. We're going to shoot all the plasma into these Rubric Marines. Yeah. I'm going to overcharge them. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. And we'll start from back to front. Okay, first one. Ooh, that's definitely cocked. Ooh, he hits all 3 times. Excellent. Second one. Kills himself, but hits once. Third one. Hits twice, but does not kill himself. Fourth one. Okay, only hits once. And the last one. Ooh, hits all 3 times. I only lost 1. Very nice. That's a morale test. Excellent, excellent. And they are strength 7, because they're not full-blown plasma. They're just strength 7 plasma. So needing 3s to wound your Rubric Marines. That was a good roll. These are AP 4, and they're 2 damage each, so 5 up involves. 8 5-up saves for the Hellblasters as they come in to the battle.
Towards a big baby.
What? That will do 5 fails.
I need to reroll 1.
Okay, one of them just to try keep them in the fight. Who's re-rolling it? I know technically you have to roll 1 at a time for rerolls, but we're playing narratives, so we don't care. The Sergeant?
It'll be Mini Tim.
Okay, Mini Tim. Does he stick around? No. Okay, so he will go down. And the Hellblasters, holy crap, love it. Well, that makes the charge just a tad bit longer. So the Infiltrators are going to shoot into your Little Lambs. Just 4 shots at long range, hitting on 3s, and wounding on 3s. That would be 1 at AP 1 into the Little Lambs.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you get a 6 up for the obstacle if you go back there. Little Lamb trying to duck behind cover. Does not. And goes down. 2 heavy bolt pistols from the Blade Guard veterans. 2 hits. 2 saves at -1 from them. Yeah, as long as you do those 2, should be good.
6s.
6s. No. 2 go down. That is it for shooting, which means I will charge in. And my Emperor's Champion will charge first. He thought about Overwatching and then looked at the fact that he only has 2 command points and said, wait, I do want to interrupt, which means I probably don't want to use the 1 command point. So the bait and switch didn't work, but the Emperor Champion will indeed charge in and go 10 inches. Good job, Emperor Champion. The Chaplain will attempt to make it in as well. Oh, a 9-inch charge from Chaplain Iago. And then my Crusader squad will also charge into the... Oh, look at that. I'm going to stay outside of 3 inches of... what's his face? Because I don't want him to, heroic in and do shenanigans. I need to roll an 8 to have my Blade Guard veterans charge into Tim. Okay, Blade Guard veterans, what do you want, John? Did Magnus? Magnus did everything wrong. I get to re-roll it though. Magnus did everything wrong. Yes.
No.
Yes. Okay, and that is the end of my charge phase, which is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and do a devout push, I believe. No, I'm not going to do a devout push. I need to have enough CP for transhuman because it's so important against you. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Emperor Champion. I have to. He has to go. So he's going to go over here like so, and he's going to fight you. My Emperor Champion will be using his Piercing Strike, which will be 6 attacks. He does suffer -1 to hit. However, he will be using the stratagem Death to the Traitors, which will give him reroll hit rolls against Heretic Astartes. Let's go, Emperor Champion. Hitting on 3s with your massive... Good job. I'm going to keep those because they are strength, and I will reroll these. Good. So 2 extra hits there. Wounding on 2s, thanks to being strength 8. So that would be 5 invulnerable saves.
Hey.
So 5 invulnerable saves at 3 damage each with his thrusting strikes. And he will lay low 2 of the Terminators. Good job, Emperor Champion. And oh, shoot. And I just knocked over your idol. Good, good. That idol should stay dead. And I will go ahead and base both of them here so they can't go anywhere. And you will interrupt. Where are you interrupting, John?
Well, the Dream Marines will hit you back.
You have 0 CP left. So you're doing 2 into Iago and then 1 into the Crusader squad. I will use my 1 CP for Transhuman Physiology on Iago. Okay, attacking into Iago. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s because you are veterancy. Ooh, thank goodness for that. Very nice. Transhuman Physiology, is he made of stuff of the Emperor? Ooh, 4. Now his Iron Halo must stay strong because these are 2 damage each. Okay. His Iron Halo stops 3 of those blows. He takes 2 wounds. And 3 attacks into the Crusader squad. Man, that reroll 1s has come in handy. Wounding on 3s, though. These are AP3. Is that correct?
They are.
Okay, and these are 2 damage each.
They are.
So I'll go ahead and put them on the 2 Neophytes. So we'll put them on the Neophytes first. So they have a 6-up, 2 6-up saves. No. And then on a 5-up. No. You kill 3 of them as they go down. Ouchies. That was a good... Just 1 Terminator. Fair enough. And now the Crusaders will activate and pile around, ready to fight the Terminators. The Power Fist hitting on 3s. 1 auto wounds. Wounding on 2s. That is 2 invulnerable saves at 2 damage each. 2 wounds go through. And then the Sword Brother lashes out with his blade, hitting 4 times, wounding on 3s. Ooh, 4 invulnerable saves from the Sword Brother, trying to do some damage as well with his power sword. Ooh, so he will kill 1 and put 2 wounds on another. Okay, so that's 1, and 1 has 1 wound remaining. And then Chaplain Iago will strike as well. Chaplain, and then of course I will pile in like so. Chaplain Iago is going to swing on 2s. 2 automatic wounds with his Crozius Arcanum. And nothing. So 2 saves. These are 2 damage, but they're only AP1. So 2 up saves. Oh, look at that. Very nicely done. The Blade Guard veterans fighting Tim the Sorcerer. So the champion of the feast and Terminator honored Blade Guard veteran gets 6 attacks hitting on 2s into Tim the Sorcerer. He automatically wounds with one of them. His Blade Guard veteran sergeant hits on 3s. They are strength 5, needing 3s to wound. These will all be on invulnerable saves. That's 6 invulnerable saves at 2 damage each. Will they cut Tim down, or will he stand to smite another day? He takes 4 damage. He lives. No, he has 4 wounds?
He has exactly 4.
Oh no, I thought he was 5 wounds. Oh dear me. I honestly thought he had... I guess Primaris Marines have the extra wound. Haha. So, I cut you down, witch. And they go up like so. With that, you get to strike with this squad here.
Mini Tim.
Mini Tim. Hits on 3s, wounds on 3s. 1. I have 1 more ablative wound guy. He's okay.
And then the other fella.
Very nice. 2 hits. Nothing there. Because you already have somebody with a wound on, I'm going to go ahead and attack with my sword brother first. Hitting on 2s and wounding on 3s. So 3 4-up saves thanks to his power sword. 1 and 1 takes a wound. Then I'll do the chain sword. 2 hits. And nothing there. So it's up to the power fist to try and finish the job. He hits twice and wounds twice. Will Mini Tim survive? Oh, he tried, but couldn't stay a second time. And the Black Templars will move forward. And with that, it is the end of the fight phase. We're into the morale phase. They lost 3 of their number.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the little lambs will
fail.
run. Run like the little lambs that you are. Run, flee, I tell you. 6 of them. Only 2 more. Okay, bringing them down to under 50, but there's still lambs that remain. In morale, I do have to take a morale here, and I pass. I have to take a morale here, and I pass. They did not lose anybody this turn. They did lose somebody last turn, but so they didn't lose anybody. I do owe you a morale. They lost 3 of their number, and with the leadership of 9, they are okay. The Black Templars have dealt swift and quick retribution to the Thousand Sons. Wow, that was quite the turn. Let's see what the Thousand Sons have, because Tzeench machinations and most of the 2 main psychers in the list are still at large. Let's see what they can do nefariously. Okay, so movement phase, intonation phase, and then psychic phase.
You know what? We'll do Glimpse of Eternity.
Very cool. 4 plus. Ooh, 3 plus. It happens. What does that do?
I get a free reroll.
Very nice. Just a reroll.
A reroll.
Nice. The Infernal Master will now move forward.
Those are my idols.
Keep the idols alive, he says. I love it. Smoke and ash across the battlefield as the Black Templars are pushing into Stormvault to try and stem the tide of chaos. However, demonic machination and changing warp energies mean that the time is near. There is something manifesting from the warp, potentially shifting the tide of battle. Movement phase. The Fate Casters have moved up, as well as Little Lambs have moved up as well. Ogma is getting in range to be a part of the battle. And of course, Chromazar has gone in and is going to try and stop these Crusaders from defiling the icon. Now we move on to the psychic phase, where the Thousand Sons will attempt to do their worst. Okay, first things first.
Dream Marines will attempt their presage.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh, goes off on an 11. Well, I'm not going to stop that. You can go ahead. They're going to smite? Okay, who's casting the smite?
Ooh.
Oh, just him, right?
It can only be him.
Yeah, so it'd either go into the Chaplain or the Empress Champion.
Iago.
You're going to go into the Chaplain? Fair enough, I love it. And goes off on a 5. Okay, I will attempt to stop it with the purity of the Empress Champion. He does. He says, "No, I defy you, chaos." With his epitome of piety, purity, yay. Ogma casting glamour, yeah. Into, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to stop that. That's the 4-up invul.
That will be the
-1 to hit. Okay, go ahead.
The little lambs.
The little lambs making them -1. Of course, you just need one of them to survive to stop me from doing the action. So it makes sense there.
And then Weaver of Fates for 4-up invulnerable save.
Okay. That will not go off on a 4. Command point reroll, really wanting to keep the little lambs alive for one more turn. It goes off on a 9. You know what? I'm going to just out of spite try and stop you with the purity seals. They know your tricks. They've seen how you behave, Tzeench. I need to roll, what did you roll?
A 9.
A 9. I need to roll a 10. Oh, so close. It's so close. Anyway. Okay, so they have a 4-up invul save now.
Smite into...
From Chromazar?
From Chromazar.
I like it.
Wow.
Ooh, very nice.
6.
Yeah, it does go off on a 6. That's D3. D3 mortal wounds +1, because you still haven't changed your...
That's correct.
Okay, so 4 mortal wounds into the Space Marines on 5s. 1 goes down, and 1 takes a wound.
3 there.
Cabal points for an extra D3. Very nice.
Extra
3, 2. So 2 more 5-ups. He takes 1 and will kill the one that's remaining. Plop. Just the Power Fist remains. That's it for Psychic Phase. Time to do some shooting.
Ogma will shoot.
Into the Blade Guard veterans. Okay, Ogma, what you got? Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 2 at AP2. I do have a 1-up save, so it is a 3-up. 2 are okay. Chromazar shooting at the Black Templar with a Power Fist.
Hitting on 3s.
Very nice. Missed. The bows shooting at the Blade Guard veterans.
Hitting on 3s.
Ooh, nice. Auto wound on a 6 for them. Yeah.
And then always wound on a 2.
Nice. So 2 at AP.
1.
Okay, so 3-ups because it's not in the way there. They're okay. Yep. Neat. The little lambs are shooting their little auto pistols at the Blade Guard veterans.
4s.
Yep. Ooh, nice. Come on, little lambs, you got this.
What do
You
you
got
got,
this,
5s?
bros. How am I rooting for them? 2-up saves. Good. Good for a 2-up save, thanks to my Storm Shield.
Yep.
And now we run into the charge phase.
Chromazar will go over.
Yep. Into the 1 Power Fister. I think you make it with a 7. Well, there he goes. Chromazar fighting the flank by himself.
The little lambs.
The little lambs.
Huh.
Ooh, they make it in. Look at that. They want to come fight Blade Guard veterans? I think they have delusions of grandeur. What is Tzeench feeding them, John?
Little lambs, little lambs, little...
You know, we did say some of them are starting to sprout horns and hooves.
That's it. They've been led into battle enough times by bird-looking folk.
They might. I know that the change, the metamorphosis might happen soon. Ogma's just charging Iago, trying to stay away from the Empress Champion. Okay, he needs a 6 to make it into combat. That is a 8. He definitely does. He wants to challenge the enemy's Paragon in close combat. I like it. Well, you do have a charger. You get to pick 1 charger. Then my Empress Champion does have fight first, so he will get to go after your 1 charger, and then your other chargers, and then I get to pick 1 of the fight normals. Ogma is challenging Chaplain Iago to a fight. Well, there we go. Chaplain Iago will turn around to face, and let's see what you got.
Hitting on 3s.
Ogma. His flock feels a little less flocky. Wounding on 3s. 2. AP?
1.
Okay, so 3-up saves for Chaplain Iago. I don't have any command points, no rerolls. He takes 1. It does do D3 damage. I only have 3 wounds remaining. Come on, Iago. Hold the line.
Oh,
yes.
no.
He takes 2. He has 1 left. Oh, he lived. I'm going to go ahead and do my piercing strikes with the Emperor's Champion on the Rainbow Marines, hitting on 3s. Okay, 3 hits. Wounding on 2s. 3 invulnerable saves with his Ep5 sword. 3 damage each. Does he cut them down and defend? He does. Chaplain Iago, I will protect you, brother! And I will get, not in engagement range, but I will get closer to fight Ogma. Oh, epic clash! Well, Chromazar, I believe you will attempt to kill my Power Fist now.
And wound on 3s.
Okay. Ooh, nice. And 3s to wound. Oh, only 1. I think Tzeench, the tides might be turning for Tzeench. And
I will reroll one of those with my Glimpse of Eternity.
oh, yes, okay, very nice. Yeah, that's a great time to use it.
Oh,
I
dang.
will now eat my words. I have a 3-up save against this. He lives. Good job, little Power Fist. It's all or nothing now.
Then
The little lambs attacking the Blade Guard veterans.
hitting on 4s
Very nice.
and wounding on 5s.
Their job is just to survive. That's their job. 1. Okay, do they wound one of the Blade Guard veterans? They do not. And now I get to strike back. We'll leave Iago for last, because that's the coolest. The Blade Guard veterans turn to face their assailants and lock shields, ready to show off their training from the Indomitus Crusade. They are -1 to hit, so the champion, Blade Guard champion, hits on 3s instead of 2s, and his friend hits on 4s. Oh no, that was that's why I needed to stop it. Needed 3s to wound. Okay, so at least that's 4 saves. However, you do have your 4 thimble. These silly lambs, I love them so much. Oh no! Their reputation. I guess the metamorphosis, as they like convulse and turn, and they have headaches, and they go and they're in the crazy din of battle. The last Crusader from the disgraced Crusader squad attacking the Infernal Master, hitting on 3s. Okay, all hit, wounding on 2s. That will be 3 at AP3, 2 damage each, so 3 invulnerable saves. Will he survive?
No,
I
he will not.
believe he does go down. Everything just fell apart in this last turn. Ogma versus the world, apparently. Okay, Chaplain Iago, you were charged. Here we go, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 3s. 1 save. He's okay. Okay, so with that, it is the end of the turn. But holy moly, the Forces of Chaos got absolutely slobber knockered that turn. So he owes you a morale test. He passes. They do not owe you a morale test. Nothing there. They do not owe you a morale test. So the disgraced squad gets another no fear. And with that, it is on to Black Templars, turn number 3. Okay, so in my turn, we did roll it out. The Emperor's Champion runs in. John did take a bunch of saves, but the impaling attacks would kill Ogma. I would burn these 2 objectives over here, and the Hell Blasters would nuke that unit there, and then they would go and burn that one, and burn that one. And so at the end of the game, that would be a victory for the Black Templars being able to burn enough of the idols to win the match. And with that, we have finally stopped the chaos on Stormvall, and now in chaos held, there's some contesting. There's a foothold as the Black Templars fight on. Okay, so stay tuned for an after-action report. Let's see what all of our units have gained this campaign game. And at the end of the battle, the Black Templars were able to secure Stormvall, or start pushing the Forces of Chaos back. So we had Holy Zeal, the Crusader squad that is not disgraced. They did gain a battle honor, and they have now upgraded. There we have it, using the Marshal's Chosen stratagem. I now have a unit of Assault Initiates and a Sword Brethren squad, as the Primaris Initiates have basically upgraded to Sword Brethren, and the Neophytes have now upgraded to Primaris Brethren. They have passed their trials and are now ready to serve the Crusade further. The Hellblasters did indeed become blooded this game. The Emperor's Champion is a named character, cannot gain any experience. Chaplain Iago is also blooded, and with my Victor bonus, will gain an additional battle honor this game. Last but not least, the Light of the Emperor, the disgraced Crusader squad, continues to be disgraced, even though they are now battle hardened. There you have it, folks. The force continues to grow. It is time to either consolidate our strength on Stormval or push into Dontoria. Well, that was quite a brutal game for the followers of Tzeench. However, how is this the machination of Tzeench? What has happened after the game?
There has been some damage amongst the ranks. The whirling blur, or the mirage, pardon me, the fate casters, they have taken a battle scar. They can no longer hold objectives. They are fatigued. The little lambs took a battle scar, which was unmarked because they officially have all of the battle scars from the amount of times that they have been sacrificed to Tzeench in the pursuit of faith. And Tim took a battle scar. He has lost his reputation, which carries a heavy toll in the prophesized sons. Stay tuned to see the consequences of his folly.
Okay. And there you have it. The 5th game of our crusade comes to a conclusion. The next game will be episode 6, the grand finale of the second phase of the campaign, and it will jump up to strike force size. Okay, will the forces of Tzeench continue to open the eyes of Tzeench and rend open reality, or will the Imperium hold and save the system from utter damnation? We'll see you on the next episode, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Skari and John, out.